What is up with it? Today we are going to be watching round 9 of the core TCG Treasure Cup that happened this last weekend. This will, of course, be on the Eggman's YouTube channel. This is actually going to be my good friend Michael playing on stream versus Miraco. I believe we see this player in another round, right? Maybe we see them in round 10. Not sure. Anyways, I believe this is the X1 bracket. I could be wrong about that. I believe Michael at this point is X1. But anyways, let's jump into it. Michael um, mulliganed. The Pluffy did not. Of course, the Pluffy won the rock, paper, scissors. We can tell by them going first. Gonna go ahead and play that law on one. Um, three Dawn. I do really like their Dawn. That foiled Law Dawn is really, really clean. I mean, if we're gonna play the Bon Clay and potentially get punished by a finger pistol, then we gotta swing six. I would have think I would prefer to swing five there, because the Lucci is gonna take most likely anyways. And that way we avoid the finger gun pistol, but not that many people are on finger guns, so um, not too much of a concern. Just swinging nine. Wow, pretty weak start for the Lucci. No Brook would have been really nice. Um, Even potentially milling a decent card and then like a Brook and uh and then playing a Rebecca would be nice, but Lucci isn't necessarily a deck that needs to be having a great four Dawn turn. It was great when you were allowed to get away with playing Kuzan. That was my personal favorite card in the deck, outside of course, Gecko Moira. But Kuzan not really in favor right now due to Blue Doflamingo. Um, Pluffy has actually like 500 cards in hand. Actually, like an unbelievably large amount of cards in hand, a comical number of cards in hand. Um, oh wow. So we kept a hand without Luffy Taro. Um, I guess he just. I feel like this opening hand probably had Law plus Bonclay plus Sangoro, is my guess. And he probably thought to himself, like, I've got a four Dawn turn and I've got a Searcher, and surely I'll find the Luffy Taro, which is like fair. If I had those three cards in my opening hand, I'd probably keep two. Um, but if off of these several draws and the search, you don't find the Luffy Taro, I feel like, you know, the wow, Lucci's still not able to remove anything. Um, Yo, I feel like Michael is shaking crazy. Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. But also, I'm not sure. Shout out to Michael. Carrying my team the following day after this for the 3v3. Absolute GOAT. I mean, they could drop the big Luffy here, so he could be trying to bait the block. Alright, looks like we are going for it. We're saying, you know what, that's fine. Wow. Michael's going to have to really claw his way back here. This is not exactly where we want to be. Oh, wow. So we did use the 10 swing on the Sabo. Um, I suppose that's fine. We do get to kill. Excuse me. We do get to kill the Bonclay here for free just by swinging at it. So I have to imagine that's always first action. We are also on 8 Dawn. So it is very possible that we could play a Gecko. I'm not exactly sure what's in our trash. I see a Rebecca there. I think I also saw a Reducer in there earlier. It looks like he... Oh my goodness. Are we Gum Gum Gianting to protect this Bon Clay? Wow. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. That really caught me off guard. I've never seen someone counter a 5 at 1 before. But I get it. It's because he expects Michael to play Gecko here. And he knows if this game goes on too long, he's going to lose. Um, but if he gets to keep this Bon Clay, potentially he can close it out a bit faster. Gum Gum Giant is such a good card, man. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, so we are not going to be playing a Gecko here. I have to imagine we're gonna want to play a Rebecca into Spandine plus um, some cost reduction cards. Yep, another Tempest Kick. That card is so good, man. Tempest Kick is so crazy good. What do you guys think would happen in the game if we brought back Great Eruption? Bring it back for Kobe. Great Eruption's coming back for Kobe. We gotta push the new product. Does he have a Lucci in trash? He does. So I think we can add this Lucci pretty freely. Um, oh, not even a Rebecca. Oh, man. Oh, golly gee. Did we have to put a Lucci on bottom? Wasn't able to get to see exactly everything. We should... really clearing that 9 drop was really pivotal. And we will surely be able to get out of this. We didn't put like a huge thing on board for the Bon Clay to be able to swing massive for free. And even if he does swing it, we'll be able to swing over it really easily with the Spandine or Spandam. So this is looking like not that bad of a position for Michael anymore. You know, even with that turn that was a bit weaker than we'd like. Um, you know, not being able to play the Rebecca at least, we're still... It is scary going down to 1 life. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay, finally finding that Luffy Taro. Unfortunately, this Luffy Taro is coming at a point in the game where Michael has infinite cards in hand, infinite cards in grave. He's just going to be able to remove those two things that we just played super easily, I think. And really, I think this game is going to come down to if Michael is going to be able to get Rebecca on field for the rest of the game. If he can be playing things like Gecko Moira, double removing, and establishing a Rebecca body, I think just as a blocker, I think he will win this game for sure. If he doesn't have access to removing while playing Rebecca, he's just going to get rushed down. Rebecca being such an insane card for Lucci in particular, um, because of that Spandine combo. I mean, really strong in all black decks just to play, you know, Brook or Kobe, but really particularly in Lucci. Okay, so we have 9 Dawn remaining. We're going to go ahead and swing 5 and then 7. Okay, going to go ahead and give us a couple counter cards. We're going to go ahead and Ice Age um, the Luffy Taro, bringing him down to a 2. Yep. So now we need... Do we have a Helmeppo engrave? Do we have a Spandine engrave? We have to have all of that, right? Oh. So we're not removing the Sangoro. It's unfortunate for sure. It's unfortunate for sure. Surely we have a Spandine? We do. Michael got the shakes, bro. He got the shakes. I begin mad nervous too, so I get it. Especially on feature match. We see he's on Uta. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Yeah, so we were able to establish the Rebecca body. That's pretty pivotal for us, I would say. We also were able to pick up a 2K with Spandam. Ooh. We're gonna need counter in our hand. We are going to need counter in our hand. Gonna go ahead and start with the 7, draw a card. I imagine we have to counter out of this. 2-1. Yep. 7. We could take. It depends on our hand, because the most our opponent can do after this is a 7. And I think the last thing that we really want is to counter and then have them swing 6. Unless we have another 2K that we're happy to give up. I think Michael's thinking the same thing. So now we'll see if the Luffy player is willing to go all in. I kind of think because Michael paused for so long, it kind of gives the read that he does have the counter in hand. So honestly, I kind of don't like going for 7 here unless we actually genuinely don't have the Gum Gum. Like if we have the Gum Gum, I think it's probably better to just swing 6. It almost looks like he's contemplating swinging 5. Yeah. Yeah, you just swing 6. Like, that would have been really good acting from Michael if he genuinely wasn't able to counter that. But, like, it's so unbelievably unlikely because he added a 2K previously. Is that even the 2K he added before? Maybe it is. If it's not, then that's a bit of a mistake. But maybe he already countered that. I don't know. Gonna just go 5 at life, leader effect, see what we mill. The nice thing is if you're the Lucci player here is that Perfume Femur is not a card for Purple Luffy. At least not yet. Honestly, I think they'll probably print it. It will get printed eventually. They seem to really like giving Purple Straw Hats a lot of support. And I think we're not even close to being done with the amount of support that the Purple Straw Hats are going to get. Like, I'm sure we're going to see some more in OP11 as we reveal for Blue Purple Luffy. I'm sure we will see more when that structure deck comes out, and I'm sure we will see more in OP12 when they announce eventually that we will be getting a yellow Purple Luffy. I'm sure we will be getting one. I'd be surprised if we didn't. Okay, gonna go ahead and go 7. To me, this turn reads very much like we're playing another Gecko Moira. He does still have a Dawn up. 9 at 7 and he takes it. Okay. So it should be pretty simple to remove this Sangoro, and we do still have a blocker. I think we can have a bit of a read on our opponent that they probably have a Yusahachi in hand, though. So we're either going to need a lot of counter in hand, or we're going to need to establish a second blocker. And it looks like we will just be establishing a second blocker with a second Gecko Moira. My apologies. Oh my goodness. Wait, he doesn't have a second Rebecca? Oh my god, he bottom decked it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He had either 2 or 3 in his trash at one point. Oh no. I mean, surely we just have to remove this. We're not removing it? Oh my god. This is terrifying. Oh my god. What a blunder to put our Rebecca on bottom of deck earlier. Um, I have to imagine we're just dead if our opponent has the Usahachi, which I feel like he countered with it this most previous turn. I'm gonna have to look back. So if he doesn't have it, then that's just an insane blunder by him. Oh my god, he doesn't have it. This is insane. This is insane. Both players trying their hardest to lose this game, I think. Gonna take a sip of the Joe. Purple Luffy really thinking this over, which makes me think that he just actually doesn't have Jack. Oh, it's so Jover. Purple Luffy loses. If this was winnable, I think, I mean, he at worst he can go, 10-11, which isn't, it gets there actually a fair percentage of the time versus Lucci, to be honest, but it gets there. Oh, wow, okay. Starting with a 7. I'm gonna go ahead and zero cost. I think Mirko is also shaking a little bit. Um, Onami, pitch 1, draw 2. Onami? Soro, okay. I mean, we dodged the removal last turn, so very possibly we could dodge it again this turn. This is a super weird game state. This is not a matchup I've played almost at all, to be honest. In 09, but I have to imagine the game state does not normally look like this. I feel like I'd just be swinging at this Sangoro, to be honest. I kind of missed what the Zoro added to hand, to be honest. Okay. He's going for full Lucci combo. That's the only explanation for why he's setting out those specific cards in his trash. I think he wants to make sure, let me not fumble this again. I think he realizes he made a bit of a miff on the last one. Um, is he gonna play over his own Gecko Moira? I think he actually is. I think he's gonna end up playing over his own Gecko Moira. Because if he does do that, he should pretty much be guaranteed to win the game here, I think. He should be able to double remove these. Yeah, he is. And then he'll have two blockers. Playing over your own Gecko Moira is something that comes up so unbelievably rarely in this deck. It's actually kind of unbelievable that we are seeing this. Also, hey, finding triple Gecko Moira, sometimes you're just him. Sometimes you're just him, and I promise you, Micheal is him. And this game is unbelievably Jover. I mean, he only has 4 cards in hand, so there is a world where we like double Usahachi swing 9 and it gets there. That is actually very possible technically, but I'm guessing that that's probably not going to happen. Also, there's only a minute left, and I don't know if that's including the 5 minutes for overtime or not. So a win condition here genuinely could be Mirko not making any actions. Like if he just makes an action every 30 seconds and just never passes turn, he for sure has more cards in deck than the Lucci, I would guess. Um, but maybe that's not true. We have resolved Spandine Lucci at least twice. But I'm assuming that this timer is also, yeah, rest the second Rebecca swing 5 and then swing 7. Um, does he have the counter? Okay, there's a 2K. I think Micheal conceded. He didn't counter, which makes me think that he conceded. Wow. I think the Ploofy won. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what happened there. But I think Ploofy won, which is kind of crazy. I think Micheal lost there because of putting the Rebecca on that one turn, honestly. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.